Eight of Swords. That's that looping. So Spirit is coming through and trying to help someone. I feel like this might have been going on for a bit. Just because now divine intervention is coming in, I feel, to try and break you out of it. And being that this is a reading, it's not like, I could see like just grieving it and then, you know, doing a healthy thing to move on. It seems like someone is lingering on it. Now it's becoming a little bit too much. Dwelling. It's becoming a problem. It's messing with someone's progress and growth. So yeah. It's causing someone to become a little bit stagnant. So someone has to pick themselves out of this loop, pick themselves up out of this rabbit hole so they don't stay there for too long, because then that becomes their vibration, right? And which leads to other things, other experiences on that vibration. Nobody wants that. So it's time to raise that, okay? Reassess the situation. Reassess what am I doing? Why do I keep going there? Like, am I getting any solution out of thinking this? No. So every time you know, how do you pick yourself up and raise your vibration? When you find yourself going off into that thought, that rabbit hole, you have to catch yourself. Set the intention and catch yourself. And then when you do, try to find like, you know, write a gratitude list or have affirmations ready for those moments. When you find yourself going off and it might be leading you to say bad things to yourself as to why it didn't work out or whatever the case is, then try to find some affirmations to immediately say when you find yourself going off like that, okay? That's one way to course correct that thought process and refine your attention so that you can raise your vibration and get up out of this, all right? So we do have the Two of Cups, all right? Yeah, it just feels like it feels like a soulmate situation. You know, the Death card. It seems like it's a soulmate situation that someone's keeping open, but it's like a slow moving close to it. Or maybe it's just moving slow. I don't whatever the case, I think someone needs to move on. See, it could have went either way. I feel like this had the potential. But if the person chose to be a snake, then you gotta move on, right? But that's what I'm feeling. It's like both energies here. Like, yeah, it was a soulmate, but also was very shady. All right. And with this choice card, it's like, okay, this is a choice in between. This situation could have went either way, and I feel like it might have went this way, this snaky energy. So someone's like, but they're holding on to the fact that it's this. But it's like, okay, but it's both of these things at the same time. It's not healthy. It's love, but it's not healthy love, okay? It's a connection, but not a healthy connection. And I think because of the emotional growth that needs to be had here, it might be, this person might be a reflection, or this love, this soulmate might be a reflection of the growth that needs to be had on your end. All right. What's the blockage? Back to that child energy coming out. Those inner child wounds need to be healed. I feel like that's why this person came in and did what they did. Be open to the idea of new loves. Okay. What's the blockage? Yeah, Queen of Cups in reverse and the Queen of Swords in reverse. It's time. It's time to get out of that thought process. It's definitely taking someone to a lower vibration. If you have an ex that you can't get over, you're still thinking about them, it's taking someone into territory that it just wouldn't serve them. Okay? Whether it's a bit of obsession, whether it's them beating themselves up, whatever it is, it's not good. Okay? There's not much clarity, and the emotional state, like someone's not thinking clearly, and then because their emotions are out of whack as well, because of the pain. There's a need to handle this in a healthier way. Be easier on yourself. Someone's taking this very hard, and you're going to have to put in an effort to be healthier about this, about how you handle this. What is a more mature, what in your mind, what is a more mature way of handling this? Try that, okay? This Queen of Wands in reverse keeps popping up. This is like resentment. Anyway, that's coming out as a blockage. What you need to do with the Fool card and the Nine of Swords, jump into a new day, not a new person, right? But it's like taking the leap of faith and getting out of it. Someone's like trying to get to the bottom of things with the Nine of Swords. Not everything needs to be figured out in the moment. Also, you'll probably get all the answers you need later on when you're in an emotional state where you can handle it. I don't think in this state you can get all the answers that you need, but someone keeps digging and trying to figure it out and work it out, and all it's doing is serving, it's digging a deeper and deeper wound. Someone's gonna have to be like, you know what, that was messed up. I'm hurt. I can't figure out what this person's up to. I can't figure out why they did that, and it's fine. I'm gonna hold myself accountable enough, and I'm gonna take care of my energy so I can move on. I can move on for myself, you know. Instead of like, well, why me? Why did they do this to me? And you know, how long are you gonna keep doing that to yourself? Why is this Five of Pentacles here? It's like torture. It's mental torture right here. Like rehashing the pain over and over again. Like the pain is already going to be there. You don't have to rehash it by like however someone's thoughts are going. Like that's going to be different. However that's manifesting, it just seems a little, it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel like someone's being kind to themselves. It's not a nice thing to do to yourself. Someone's trying to distract themselves, okay? I think if they really look at the situation, even though they're hung up on it, they'll realize that it is unstable, okay? Someone might have been hung up on a situation and thought it was a wish fulfillment. They were hung up on the potential of it, but the reality of it was it had that snake energy. But someone's only focused on the fact, but like on the fact that like, oh, but it was love, or it had love, or we had a connection. It was like, okay, you guys had a connection, but it was based on toxicity. We all have soulmates based on low vibe energy. That was one of them, okay? There we go, right here at the bottom of the deck. More fish in the sea, baby, all right? What's the advice? Speaking of more fish in the sea, Ace of Cups coming out. We have the Ace of Cups. Yeah, okay. With the Death card, you got to close that door. That's it. This is advice. Ace of Cups with the Death card. Close that door. It was a window of opportunity. Yes. It was a soulmate. Yes. This person has free will to do whatever they want, and whatever reason they had that they didn't choose to open up this window, do not blame yourself for it. Okay? Do not try to figure out what was going on in their head. All right? They probably had their own stuff that they had to work on that had nothing to do with you. All right? With the Death card, it's time to finally end this. Close this chapter. Stop trying to figure it out. Stop keeping that door open for them. For your own pride, your own dignity, your own sense of self-worth. It's sending someone in a spiral. So it's leading to someone being in an emotionally unhealthy place. Okay? All right. So it's time to check it.